Hello and welcome to this short demonstration of Nimbus Maps Elite. My name's Joe and I'm one of the team here that will take you through the demonstration here today. So first and foremost, everything inside Nimbus Maps starts with this top search bar. So you can search by location, title number, or postcode. You can also search a company if you wanted to, and what that would do, it would plot that company's entire estate on the map. You can actually export that data via our export section as well if you wanted to. I'll show you how that works as we go through. Now, what we're going to do today is we're going to head to where our offices are in the great Midlands area of Warwick. Now, when we do a search like that, what Nimbus will go and do is it will go and plot what it perceives to be the center of our search, and that's why that blue center pin. And that will become a lot more prominent when we start looking at things like residential values, commercial values, and filtering down our results. But for now, it's merely showing us where the center of our search is. And then by default, what it does is a 250-meter radius around that pin. Any freehold sites are all highlighted in red. I'm going to go into the information that you can expect to see from those in due course. Now, Nimbus Maps are absolutely fantastic in combining real key data sets. We have resi and commercial all in one place for you. But because of that, you will see quite a lot of pins on the map. So you'll see things like unregistered land. You'll also see other things like different color unregistered land. You might even see kind of these clusters of numbers. And if you zoom in, they'll actually change to the freeholds they refer to because they're lease information as well. If you ever get stuck in platform, you're just not sure what you mean by any of them, you can hit this eye icon here. And not only will that tell you what these things actually mean, but you can also customize your view here as well. So if it does get too busy or if you want to take things away, you can absolutely do that in the platform there as well. Perfect. And you don't have to kind of keep memorizing postcodes, anything like that. You are actually free to move around the map as much as you like. So I can drag the map to any kind of desired locations that I like around Warwick here. I can zoom in and then I can sort of press search here again if I wanted to. And it plots all of that center pin on the map for me once again, which is fantastic. Now, you do get access to additional kind of tools that make things a lot easier in terms of functionality. So you've also got things like Master Map in the bottom left-hand corner. And this is very good for going off and finding kind of those sort of back garden plots or corner plots, low density plots as well. But there's actually other features that you could use Master Map for as well, which is fantastic. Things like comparing plot density. What's the actual makeup of a building there as well? It's absolutely fantastic. And obviously you can find things a bit like where we can get access at the side or maybe corner plots, things like that as well. Now, what you can also do is you have access to scroll mode, which has just appeared at the top here. And if you turn that on, what that will do is Nimbus will recognize that we're coming out of our radius, basically. And that means that I can continue to drag that map around, look at certain things. And if I do find something that I might want to delve deeper into, I can absolutely do that just by clicking there as well. So put that scroll mode on. If you are dragging the map, Master Map lends itself to that very addicting nature of doing so. So drag the map and it plots that all there for you as well. Perfect. So you've also got the information panel that pops out from the left-hand side. So this is your one-stop shop for finding all that great information that Nimbus holds. How do we assess sites and what does we actually know about it? So first and foremost, it pulls this panel out from the left, and this is typically what you'll see. So you've got the address. You also have a system inside Nimbus called Workflow, and that's where you save your favorite sites and it's where you manage your pipeline. We will have a look at that in more detail in due course there as well. But if this was a site I was genuinely interested in, I could add to my workflow, choose my predetermined stages, and also make some notes there as well. And it's very, very good for that as well. You've also got title number. This one's actually in private ownership. However, if it was in commercial ownership, we would tell you the name of the company, link through to company's house, and also show you what else they own across the country. We'd also tell you whether they've instructed any agents to sell their sites as well, and any planning applications for not just this site, but any others that the company owns as well. Of course, being private owner, you'd have to add this to your basket. We are a direct feed to land registry, so you've got access to those there. We've also got Nimbus Report, which is an overview report, gives you a lot of this data in this left-hand side panel. You've also got a site area, building footprints, and building heights. If this was a commercial building, you'd see the uses, sizes, and rates assessments. Our price paid data goes back to 1995, so we can see this last sold in 2011 for £680,000. EPC rating and availability is telling us whether this is a site on the market. As of right now, we only do that for commercial property there as well. We've also got planning history. So if this site actually had planning, which it does, it's auto-opened and shows us all there what they've been up to. It also shows you what's been going on in that local area, so you can see what's been consented for and how people are actually adding value there as well. You've also got links to the council's homepage, the planning portal, and the local plan, and then any environmental factors. Is the building listed in a flood zone, green belt, or area of outstanding natural beauty there as well? Perfect. So what we can also do if we're not using Master Map or any of the other tools that we've got is that we can use filters. So filters in the top left-hand corner are designed to narrow down the map to only show you things that you're actually interested in. And the way that you would do that is via several steps. So first and foremost, it's how far we'd like to look off that center pin that we've got there, up to 1,000 meters. What sort of sizes we're looking for, so we can squeeze down and say I'm looking for maybe 1/4 of an acre up to 1.5 acres, let's say. Building footprint, if you're keen to find out certain sizes of building footprint, you can squeeze down that. Property uses, depending on what sort of sites you're looking for, you can say to Nimbus, we're looking for, I don't know, residential and bare land today, maybe developments, but other times you might be looking for other different things. EPC rating and company selling activity. So we can tell you how much a company sold in the last 18 months. And obviously that's going to be a very good leading indicator there as well in terms of if they're going to be in what we call sort of selling mode there as well. Once you've inputted all of your criteria, just press apply, and what Nimbus will go and do is everything that we can see in red there all meets that criteria. And what it's telling me here, because of the search that I've done, is that there's a lot of sort of maybe avenues for that back garden development, corner plots, because I've done a residential search. If I've done retail or maybe repurposing some license and leisure or a shop with an upper or an office with an upper, we would see that all there as well. So everything in red meets my criteria. It's about narrowing down the map to only show you things that you actually want to see, which is fantastic. And if I dragged to another area, I could press search here again, and it would actually just keep working off those same filters, meaning I don't have to keep going in and changing it or redoing it. You can site find incredibly quickly there as well. Perfect. What you also have access to as a subsection of the filters is your comparable data. So Nimbus has resi and commercial comparables. Depending on which one you'd like to look at, you can turn one of those off and it will preset to show us the last 3 years of sales data there as well. So in this instance, all it's going to find is all those residential sites that have sold in the last 3 years and plot those all on the map for me. I just need to choose how far I'd like to look off radius wise, press apply, and Nimbus will go and find all the residential sites that have sold in the last 3 years within this area. Now, you can choose to click onto these individually. It'll pull that panel that we're so familiar with and show us in the price paid section what they paid. But actually, you can do this a lot quicker. You can go to exports and press sales comparables. And what Nimbus will do is it will take everything that you can see there in red and go and compile that all into one single Excel spreadsheet for us as well. And when that comes through, I will show you that. There we are, speak of the devil. And this is what we'll actually see as part of this. Here we go. So first and foremost, you have the title number and the address. You have the price paid, date that it's sold. You've got your sizes and rates per square foot. Very good for kind of getting those averages within the area. You've got surface level information, HMO comparable data. Is it a registered HMO? Very interesting, because obviously that's hard to come by. So if it is a registered HMO, it's going to tell you. amount of beds, links back into Nimbus if you'd like to look at these sites in platform. You've also got links through to Rightmove if you'd like to check out the particulars there as well, compare floor plans, anything like that as well. Perfect. And then the other export that is absolutely fantastic is the planning export. So you can search up to 3 planning authorities at any given time. We'll use where we are, which is in Warwick. And then in terms of keywords, again, very much dependent on what you're looking for. So if it is things like residential development, it will be dwelling, C3, flats. If it's repurposing or finding offices or retail, it will be things like B1, be offices, HMOs will be HMO, houses of multiple occupancy, etc. So you can choose to just write those in here as well, or you can just use any of the presets that we do have at the bottom as well. So you can say, well, actually, I'm looking for those resi opportunities. And that is already very good in terms of squeezing down to only show us planning applications that we are actually interested in. No longer do we have to go to planning portals and scour through. But actually, Nimbus goes a few steps further. So we say, actually, what sort of dates are we looking at? We want to see those recent applications or maybe even lapsed. And then you're going to say, actually, what sort of sizes are we looking for there as well? We can squeeze the how much there as well. And you can do it by status. So if you are looking for kind of maybe refused applications, granted, pending, withdrawn, all good sources of opportunities, you can absolutely do that there as well. And then all you need to do is either choose to display your results on the map, or the preference of a lot of people using Nimbus Maps Elite is getting the export there, because what that will do is it will go off to that planning portal. It will look at all those planning applications that you wish to see, and it will go and compile that all into one single Excel spreadsheet. And just like the sales comparable export, it will actually give us additional resource and additional detail that really makes our life considerably easier in terms of site finding. So let's have a look and actually see what is in that planning export then. So first and foremost, what you'll see, I'll just open that up, is a link through to the actual application itself. So if you want to go and have a look at it, you can absolutely do that and cross-check it in the portal. You've got the reference and proposal details. So that's with all those keywords that we've asked it to go and find, all that nitty gritty, that is all there for you as well. You've got the amount of units it refers to and the status of the application. I didn't filter off the status, so I've got it all. I've got the submission date. I've got links back into Nimbus if I'd like to look at any of these sites in platform. If they are in commercial ownership, we'll show you here, and we'll show you their address, and we'll tell you when they sold and how much they sold for. We'll also tell you the applicant's details, what's their name, what's their address, and what planning, consultant, architect, or agent have they used in regards to these applications. Very good to see kind of if we filtered off who the granted applications were in terms of resident development, who are people actually using. And obviously Natasha Blackmore de Silva is obviously used quite a lot there as well, and other ones as we go down here as well. So it's very, very good, not only for all those planning needs in terms of research and opportunity hunting, but it's also good to build what we call a power team there as well. Perfect. And then the penultimate things to show you are things like our overlays. So you have a planning overlay. So our overlays literally just layer on top of the map pretty much. So all you need to do is just go into the overlay section and turn on the desired overlays you wish to see. So first and foremost, you've got a planning overlay, shows you everything that's happened and happening planning wise. We can kind of click into those details there and see that all there for you as well. You've got councils, just to see which authority you're in. So you've got that all there. Council housing delivery test. Seems like Warwick are actually doing quite well on that, very well, in fact, 122% of target. Visual representation of any green belt and any conservation areas there as well. You've also got, as part of your Nimbus Maps account, you've got availability, which is telling you about any commercial property that's currently on the market. Another very good way of kind of finding sites there as well. Vacant building data, so you've got that all there. Average residential values, which is based on land registry sales data and the EPC. Deprived area index, as well. Takes a lot into consideration. I think there's 9 factors altogether, but things like access to green space and crime factors, things like that. HMOs, obviously Warwick being close to a university, we have 1 or 2 with us here, and then residential yields as well, which you can click in and get a breakdown of the annual rental yield there as well. And then the other ones that we have are things like flood map. So you've got a visual representation of any flood map. You've got listed buildings, which are blue dots. You've also got areas of outstanding natural beauty, any sites of special scientific interest, special protection areas, all there for you as well. And then the other ones that you've got are very handy are things like traffic flow, especially if you're dealing in kind of roadside retail, anything like that. That is very interesting to go and have a look at. It shows you the kind of daily flow of cars there as well. And obviously, if you are finding sites for supermarkets or those McDonald's, KFCs, they're going to be very, very interested in this data indeed. And then the final thing really is workflow. Workflow is where you save your favorite sites, and it's where you manage your individual pipelines. So you would design this by clicking add stage, giving it a name, if I could spell, and also choosing from just the 10 billion colors we have on offer there as well. The site we added earlier on is here, and we can sort of drag and drop this down the pipeline as time goes by. This is obviously a demonstration pipeline. You can make notes there as well. And what you can also do is bulk download registers by clicking the 3 dots, bulk actions, purchase registers, and get those all in one go. And the reason that's good isn't just for convenience, it's also because if you download this, if it's in commercial ownership or if you have purchased a register, we will extract the owner's details and pop those all in there, meaning you can do your own mail merge off that, or you could give it to a company like UK Mail, DocMail there as well to send the letters out. And what you'll notice is that I never lose any of my workflow pins off the map. They've all got the first letter and the stage that they refer to as well. I can click in and go and check those out at any time there as well, across the country as well. And the only thing I haven't shown you here today is you've got the measuring tool where you click kind of point to point there as well. Oops. So you've got that all there as well. And you've got radius as well, where you click and pull as well. And with that, that is a whistle-stop tour of Nimbus Maps Elite. If you ever do get stuck in the platform, you do have a world-class right-hand corner as well, where you can speak to us at any time, send us a message, and we'll come back to you as soon as we can as well. Next steps from here are speak to one of the team. If you do have any additional questions, you can either speak to us via live chat or speak to any members of my team as well. You can also have your own one-to-one demonstration if you wanted to as well. But for now, I'll leave you with it. And if you need anything, let us know. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.